and welcome back to Fortune's Hiding Down Under TV. We are back on a Thursday night. We've got two games to preview today. We've got TSC and we've got the Scousers. So, how you doing, lads?
Really good, mate. Really good. Happy birthday, you old man.
Thank you very much. Appreciated.
50th today, right?
It is today, yeah.
I'm doing pretty good. Just come back from a few days up the Sunshine Coast, drinking pina coladas and margaritas, mojitos around the pool. It's been good. Hence the summer glow. It's been fucking hot today, hasn't it? It's been really hot.
You look around you as well,
mate. So yeah.
But no, I'm good. I'm good.
Dave, how you been, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Bit tired, bit overworked. See the bags under the eyes, but yeah, not bad, mate, at all.
Nath, how you doing, mate?
Thank you very much,
King. Mate.
No worries, mate. Happy birthday, you old man. Yeah, looking forward to a nice weekend down in Sydney town. So.
Oh, you're down in the old Sydney, are you? Okay.
Yeah. Did a tour. Where was it? April. Over to Turkey for Anzac Day, and we're catching up with all the people we toured with over there. So, really looking forward to that. Should be a whole bunch of fun.
Happy days.
Yeah.
Right, we've quite established that we've lost our undefeated record, lads. But do you want to just go over quickly the game from Man City? I mean, Matt, me and you missed last show. So, what did you reckon, mate?
No, look, I think, to be honest, Nathan Dave summed it up pretty well. I thought 3-1 was probably a little bit harsh on us, but at the same time, I wouldn't have been surprised if we let in 5 or 6. Like that, it was a strange game. I thought we gave it a really good go. I thought that there was nothing really that annoyed me. We didn't let ourselves down. Even Moyes went for it. He's fucking bringing subs on after an hour. Another day that Zuma header could have gone in, Antonio could have put one away, and you don't know, we might have sneaked a draw out of it. But to be honest, they should have scored 5 or 6 in the first half. That early on, where they had about 4 chances in a row, and Areola ended up tipping it over the bar. How the fuck they didn't score then is unreal. But look, they're a decent team. No shame in getting beat. I thought we did well. I don't think there's anything that set us back from that game.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, I watched it late on a Saturday night, just as you boys, and I wasn't expecting anything either. I think that Daku was fucking unbelievable.
He was unreal, wasn't he? Where the fuck has he come from?
Well, we looked at him.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know anything about him. And to be honest, when I saw him lining up at the start, I thought, you know what, we might have a chance here. And honestly, it's probably one of the best performances I've seen from an away player for fucking years. He absolutely fucking terrorised us. Soufal did what he could. I think he was, and I get his passion and his fucking hard work. I think he got turned inside out a lot. But I think everybody will against that fella. If he plays like that, anyway.
Yeah. I think for me...
I wasn't expecting him. I was happy they had a few out, and then that turns up.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I think, like, they could bring in someone for every position and still hurt us. I mean, Soufal, for me, for the goal, I was a bit angry about it a little bit because it's like he kept backing off. I mean, you knew you was going back in that 18-yard box. Like, you put a foot in or something, and he just kept backtracking. And everyone said that he played well, and he did the best he could. But I was a bit annoyed about the goal. I got to be honest. I think he turned him inside out a little bit too easy, and it was a quick shift. But I think he should have put a foot in a bit earlier, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, going on to the TSC game, Nath, what do you reckon? Tomorrow morning.
Well, I was doing a bit of research this morning. It's bloody hard work to do it on that. The Serbian Gypsy League, as Dave has named it. It seems like every bloke in that team's got Nick, Sik, or Vic at the end of their last name. This is their back.
They're all Serbian.
Oh yeah, mate. Petrovic, Klausic, Antonic, Todorovic, Kovacevic. So
when I had a look,
like that, you can piss off.
You fit
There's
right.
one Bosnian and one Macedonian.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, look, they typically play a 5-4-1 and a 4-3-3 looking at their last few games, and they've done reasonably well. But like some of their games have been like 6-3, 4-1, 1-0. So,
But they played all the bottom half of the league, haven't they?
Yeah. I think that the 1-0 was against the top half side. So, yeah, and I think it's their last two games they've played a 5-4-1. So. That's kind of what I'm expecting out of it. Who knows what they're going to bring? Beg your pardon?
Who's your favourite player of this, mate?
Oh, fuck. I think his name's Smith.
Yeah.
he's their import. So. But look, I think from our point of view, it's going to be really interesting to see what Moyes does. Like the only person he can't choose is Alvarez because he's carrying over a suspension from his last game with Ajax. And like going through all of our players who haven't really featured all that much, you know, I mean, we know Fabianski will start, but, you know, if we go with the back five, it could look like Kera, Oggy, Mavropanos, Cresswell, Johnson. Well, that's not a bad back five to have. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is if we do go with the two defensive midfielders.
No, I don't want
who's going to pair up?
I
don't either, but I mean, who's going to play?
I agree with you. That's one thing I'd say about how we're going to set up here. I do not want to see two holding midfielders for this game. Like I just don't want to see it.
We don't have Alvarez though, so who would we put?
That's the point. So I mean, you got Fornals, Coventry, like out and out midfielders. Fornals and Coventry are really the only two that haven't been featuring. Socek,
you could play someone as a 10, like Fornals or someone like that, and have
Ben Rama.
Yeah, or maybe even Ben Rama, but we'd probably have Paquetá and
Fornals needs to get
Socek, I reckon.
Yeah, but I guess it depends on what, like, you know, how many eyes he's got on the Liverpool game later on. But if we set up in like that, you know, the way we set up in Australia, Mabama and Ings up front, you know, it's just that midfield combination that I think will be, you know, like that. That's where the questions lie for me. It's sort of and how much rest he wants to give to, you know, the guys who might play against Liverpool, which would be, you know, Paquetá. Whether Socek plays, not sure. Alvarez will definitely play. He's deemed fit, but just can't play for this one. And James Ward-Prowse.
I reckon he might rest Ward-Prowse. I can see Kudus getting his first start, can't you? I reckon.
Yeah,
he hasn't started yet, so.
It'd be stupid.
So, yeah. Whether or not we're playing like as a 10.
Who we play? I mean, and I don't mean that from it sound like an arrogant prick, but anyone that we put in from our 2022 should be able to beat them. Like, I don't know much about the Serbian league. I did they're above Partizan and Red Star at the moment. They've won 5 from 5, so they're on. You know, if nothing else, they've got momentum and they've got confidence. You know, and if this was away from home, you probably could understand a bit of cautiousness, but really we should be going out and putting, you know, at least 2, 3, 4 goals past these guys. So I don't think it matters. I think I'd probably be more inclined to, you know, give people a chance. I'd love to see Kudus. I'd love to see Mabama and Ings up front. I don't think it's going to happen. And then everyone else is just, you know, fit people in where you can. Give Fornals some time. Maybe even Ben Rama. I mean, he needs a bit of confidence. He needs something to stop him playing the way that he's playing at the moment. But I think it should be a comfortable win either way.
I mean, with Frank, what he's just said here, Kudus can start here and sub him on against Liverpool. I don't want to see him sub on against Liverpool. I want him to start. I mean, If he gets going, hang on. If he gets going in this game and he starts and he flies, keep that momentum going. Keep that confidence going. These sort of players are confidence players. So when you're a creative flair player, you are wanting to be on that pitch and create things. Where I don't see him being starter for this game and then him getting subbed straight onto the bench. Again, I'm going over here again. Goes straight onto the bench for Liverpool game when that is the game that he would relish. Like, I think it'd be stupid to do that.
I agree with King. I'd like to see him start too against Liverpool. The only question is like what will Moyes' mindset be going into that? I mean, I really think that Paquetá could do the job of Souček. So you have Paquetá and Alvarez sitting in the middle. You get Bowen and Kudus out wide in that midfield. So, but he's got to have the plums to do it, I guess. But I mean, look, Souček's tall and he can defend well, but I think Paquetá, as you call him, your dirty, sexy defender, mate, I reckon he can do just as good a job, if not better than Souček, because he can fucking pass the ball.
But, mate, Souček cannot. Against City, I tell you what, there was 3 or 4 times where he just put the ball out of play, and it wound me up. And I won't go into that game anyway, but he pissed me off.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and not swear tonight as well, by the way. Yeah. That is my aim tonight.
You failed miserably, mate. You failed miserably. We all know that, like, kicking the ball into Rosette, though, that's Zuma's job. We've got one that does that. We don't need fucking 2.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, mate.
I've got 4 in the Europa already, right? Because he scored that hat-trick for Ajax. So, if he gets a start in the morning, right, and he goes and does something like that, it's a bit hard to ignore him and not start him against Liverpool, isn't it? So it's an opportunity for him to go and make an impact and put himself in the frame for it, isn't
it? Yeah. But like Rani Bubble saying here, like, I mean, who does he start with instead of at Anfield? Well,
Souček.
The only one that I can see is Souček. Like, I can't see him starting Paquetá on the bench and Kudus out wide. He has to make a change to that midfield too to allow him to come in.
Yeah, so, I agree, mate.
Yeah.
So what are we saying for tomorrow morning for the result, lads?
Look, I don't know much about him, right? And I genuinely thrive off a bit of hatred and having a reason to despise a team and not liking them. And the best I've come up with for this lot is I went to Osijek in '99 for the UEFA Cup game. And Osijek's right in the northwest corner of Croatia on the border with Serbia. I've been out all day, been at the game, stinking fucking drunk, got in bed, and woke up in the morning and there's fucking light shining in my eyes through the bullet holes in the walls that the fucking Serbians had put there. So I'm using that as my reason for the game. So I'm going to predict a 6-0 win.
Story time with Lord Lucan. That's
where they're based just over the border from Osijek, so it would have been these bastards as well.
You crack me up, mate, because the amount of years you go back every time, I'm like, how old are you, you fucking old bastard?
I remember that.
It's like Uncle Albert during the war.
So I must be bloody granddad then, mate, because I remember it well.
That's gold. It was your 50th today, though, Kenny. So fuck that makes Rhodes in Lord Lucan very old.
The ripe age of 34, myself, mate. Ripe age older 34.
It's interesting. Go on, sorry.
I think this is a really interesting comment from Mr. Nolan, Jimmy Nolan. Paquetá shouldn't be risked in what should be an easy win. Keep him fresh for Liverpool. I completely agree. I'd rather have Fornals in there because when he played against Bournemouth, I thought he had glimpses of again back in his heyday when we signed him from as a Spanish wonder kid. He was showing really good promise. And when he played in that Bournemouth game, he was linking up really well. He was doing the little clever touches around the corners. I would like to see him be given some time. I'm really angry and I'm really upset that he looks like he's going at the end of the year as well. I'm a bit upset about that. So.
And it'd be interesting to see the motivations. Like, I'm not sure Coventry will get a start, but like Coventry and Johnson this week will both announce that they won't even be offered a new contract at the end of this year. So where they fit in or not, I don't know. We've probably got enough coverage without them.
With Ben Johnson, it's funny because they're rolling him out like Elvis at the moment, putting him in JD Sports, putting him in every fucking podcast they can do. I'm like, fucking hell, if we're getting rid of him, stop fucking putting him on everything.
Just trying to keep him busy so he doesn't think about being on the pitch.
Jesse Lingard's doing the TikTok, for fuck's sake. They're doing everything but play football.
Oh, jeez. You wouldn't think that Lord Lucan could get any redder, but you had to mention his fucking name, didn't you?
Oh, unbelievable. It's 2-3 days on the Sunshine Coast, and this warm mood light I've got shining on my face.
You look like Luther's going to come and interrogate you.
He's sitting under a heat lamp, really. Drawing on in his.
But yeah, I thought we were going to have an episode without mentioning fucking Lingard.
I'd have him all day. So Haydos have put up 4-1. I think that's probably a good scoreline to go with. I think. Well done, Haydos. I love you, mate. Ronnie Bubble, scraping that barrel for motivation there, Lord.
Look, it's you've got to find a bit of hatred for everyone, haven't you? That's what fires you up.
Does it?
Fucking no, why not? And we haven't even got started on the Scousers yet.
No. Well, let's go on to that game because I think that. Well, hang on, let's do predictions. So we're going to go Nath, Dave, and then Matty. So Nath, what do you reckon your prediction?
3-0 for me.
3-0, Dave.
Yeah.
What about scorers? Hang on, Nath, scorers. Let's give it a bit of.
I reckon Mabama and Ings at least get one each if they both play. Might see a sneaky header from Dinos or
Dave?
Yeah, look, I reckon 3-1. It's interesting because Man City played Red Star, didn't they, in the week? And they went in half-time with a bit of a shock 1-0 lead after their only shot of the game. So, I don't know. You know, if I wonder what would happen if we went 1-0 down in the first half. You know, we would have to bring some. If we did rest, say, Paquetá, we'd have to bring him on in the second half, bring on the big guns, and hope to turn it around, wouldn't we? But yeah, I'll go with 3-1.
3-1, Matty.
Yeah, 6-0. Kudus hat-trick, 2 for Fornals, and one for one of the defenders, probably Dinos.
I think I'm going to go for a 5-0 win. I'm going to have Fornals to get 2. I want Kudus to get 1. I want Ings to get 1. And then the last one, I think Maverick Panos to get. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we've all tipped Big Dinos for a goal.
Yeah, well, he scored 2 for Greece, didn't he? So
he did. No pressure on his debut, we said.
Oh, we're not saying debut on this show, are we? Fucking hell.
No.
Debut. Frank Kingston, don't like 4-1. I want 4-0. Yeah, I like that. Frankie boy. Frank Kingston, Kudus to score. Yes. David, new viewer by the looks of things. Haven't seen you before, mate. How you doing? 2-0 to the Hammers. Yes. Tony Oliver, Sydney Hammer. 2-1 JWP, Suchek. I didn't even think of JWP.
I'd like to think we don't need to play him, but we'll see. We'll find out in the morning.
Yeah.
Right, on to the Scouts, the bin dippers.
Granny stabbers.
Fucking hell.
I just want to put 1 sec. I just want to say something about Newcastle fans, right? They've just had their first back in Champions League for 20 years. They've gone over there. They look like they've really enjoyed themselves. A bit like they remind me a bit of us, like real working class, great fans, great people. They've gone over to Milan to enjoy their Champions League back entrance into the competition. And some of the videos have been great, like all them skidding along the concrete and in the bars and stuff like that. It did remind me of our little European journey. I'm really upset and sad to see a few of their lads like getting stabbed over there and stuff. Like, I mean, when you go to football, it shouldn't be like that. And I just want to wish all the Newcastle fans all the best on getting home. I hope everyone got home safe, and I'm sure they'd be thinking about us as well. But on that European tour. Good luck, Newcastle, because after that, I'm raring for you, to be honest. So I don't like seeing anyone get hurt, especially like that.
Did you see the
No, that's fair enough.
River and raced the boat? Did you see that one? There was a boat coming on, like a bloody, and he's just jumped straight in the water, and he's bloody racing them alongside them. It's fucking hilarious.
Awesome.
I did see that. That was funny.
We're better than punching horses, anyway.
Yeah.
Good. Well done to Newcastle fans. I hope you enjoyed it, and I think that Anyway, hope that guy's all right. Anyway,
right.
Going on to the bin dippers then. What's your thoughts, Matty?
To be honest, I'm trying to find positive thoughts, and I'm struggling. If I'm brutally honest, are
you all right? Did that sun get to your head or something? Because are you going to go?
No, look,
going to go against us?
I don't know. I haven't got a good feeling, and I fucking hate this lot probably more than most other fucking teams in the league. Obviously, I'm a Manc, and there's a big rivalry aside from football between the Mancs and the Scousers. I don't like them, and you'll hear me say this about every team we play against, bar one or two. So you probably take it with a pinch of salt. And it's pissed me off for years and years and years that we don't get anything at Anfield. Yes, we had the win, which, even though it seems recent, we were talking about it on the chat earlier. It's fucking eight years ago. We've had a couple of draws.
9. It's 9.
Generally speaking, we get football there, and I don't know. I don't think Liverpool are anywhere near the team that City are. And I felt more confident that we would get something from the City game than I feel that we will get this weekend. Having said that, you don't know, do you? I just don't have a good feeling. I haven't really got anything overly positive to say. I think if we sneak a draw, I'd be fucking well happy.
Down,
isn't it?
I was I'm gonna bring it back up because I'm pretty confident. That their last 3 games they've played, they've conceded first every single time, and they've actually they haven't got in front until the 84th minute in the last 2 games. So, that was against Wolves, and they played before that was Bournemouth, and they're fucking shite. So I reckon we're actually half a chance to if we can nick one early. We've got better players than Bournemouth and Wolves have got on the break, and I reckon we're going to score.
See, the thing is,
this is the best team we've had, though.
I don't actually think that they're a great team. That's a great comment, by the way. You cheeky fucker.
That's just made my birthday, David. 1-1 at best. The Manc lad is Johnny Vegas' brother. Where's the monkey? The monkey.
Where's the monkey? He was a funny cunt, Johnny Vegas.
Says Russell Brand, but look at him now.
Let's not get into that.
No, I'm joking.
Otherwise, we'll have Dave voicing his opinion.
Yeah. Does anyone got a taxi?
But yeah.
No, look, I think that's fair, Nathan. I'm speaking purely with my heart there. About our chances. I don't think Liverpool are a great team. I think they can be. They're very inconsistent, and I'm sure that they are there to be got at more than I'm sort of giving us credit for. I just don't see it.
Yeah. I watched them against Wolves. I watched the game. I watched the whole game. My best mate's Liverpool fan, so I watched the game and I was sort of talking to him while I was watching it, and they didn't look that great. At the back, they look so shaky. It's not even funny. So I think and we're better than Wolves. I'm telling you that right now. So I think we can have a real fucking go at them. I think we need to do 2 holding midfielders? Again, I don't think we do against them because I think that they actually try and play around with it a lot more at the back than City try and play up front. So I think we'll have much more of the ball. I think we'll have more possession than we did against City. Obviously, it's stupid of me to say that, but I do think we'll have more possession, and I think we could probably have a real good go at them. And we are better than Wolves, and after their showing against them, and they missed some good chances, Wolves, as well.
They did. Yeah, they could have been 2-0 up within 30 minutes, right? Did you see the second ball? Nunes put it in, and it's like, it sort of come off his tit or something.
But he sort of did that.
It was terrible. Yeah.
One thing my dad said to me when I was growing up: don't close your eyes when you go to head the ball, and that's what he did. He went in like that.
So hang on, if I can just interrupt for a minute. So what happened with that header in Perth against Spurs?
Didn't listen to my dad, did I?
For context, everyone, there was a great cross came in, and I think we were 3-2 down at the time, or 3-1 down,
possibly.
Straight onto Kingy's head, and he got a good contact on it, and it was going right in the top corner.
I beat 3 defenders, jumped, pushed them out of the way, and I managed to get my nut on it, but I missed it.
But he didn't go in, did it?
No. Well,
this didn't even have a fucking story to it. It was an absolute shocker. He looked like he was fucking cringing because he didn't want the fucking ball to hit him. So,
mate, I've seen some tackles that you put in. Don't worry, I'll put some fucking pictures up as well. And I've seen some fucking facials as well. So I've got some.
I was talking about the Wolves player. Like he looked fucking terrible when he was trying to hit that ball.
But did you see when he got subbed as well? He was sitting there, and they kept going to him. Bless him. Every time that Liverpool scored, he was sitting there like that. He was like, "Oh my god!" Like, just head down. He didn't know where to look. Bless him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we finished them chances.
Yeah. I mean, look. Bear in mind that the 2 games against Wolves and Bournemouth, Van Dijk was suspended for, so he comes back for our game. Alexander-Arnold is still a possible return, like from his hamstring injury. So they will strengthen the back, but I mean, all of their goals have come from like Nunes, Salah, and Diaz. So, yeah, I tend to agree with you. Like, I don't even know who the midfield are. I don't think they're that impressive.
No. I disagree there, mate. They've got a new number 8. I can't pronounce his name for the life of me, and he is fucking mustard, mate.
Yeah,
I can't pronounce his name for the life of me, but he is mustard. He won the penalty against, I think it was Bournemouth as well. But
right out on the edge of the box.
Yeah. Yeah, but he can fucking play. But I saw chinks in his armour against Wolves. He doesn't he's got no bottle. So when he goes in for a tackle, he does come out second best a lot, especially against Wolves. Anyway, that's the game that I watch fully. Anyway, so yeah. I mean, Dave, do you want to answer Tone's question, mate?
What do you reckon on Antonio saying we'll finish higher than Liverpool? And he's signing an extension to his contract. Yeah, well, I had a bit of a moan up yesterday on Brisbane Hammers about that. I think he should just shut the fuck up, to be honest. I love him. No, I do. I love him. I really do. But I just think, you just shut up. It's classier not to say anything at all, right? Go giving it the big one before the bloody game. You're just going to fire them up and get them coming at you. That's my opinion. I know a lot of people disagreed, and they like the bravado and in the front, and okay, fair enough. But I don't know. I think go and stick the hat trick past them on the weekend, and then big up with Callum Wilson. Just my opinion.
I mean, being a superstar striker like myself, and you as well, Matty, as you know, like I'm not being funny, right? But you ain't exactly Messi, my brother. You know what I mean? So why are you talking like that? Like, and you're talking to a mate who's also playing the fucking Champions League, like Callum Wilson. I'm like, why are you even talking like that? Just as you say, Dave, go and do the fucking job, then talk about it on next week's podcast. I don't want to hear about it now, because if you don't, you're gonna look a right fucking tit.
No, and before we sort of get cop grief for saying, it's just a joke podcast with Wilson. Yeah, it is a joke podcast, but you're still saying it, aren't you? You're still putting it out there. Quotes are getting put up by ESPN, taken out of context. The Liverpool players can see that, and they're just going to bloody wind them up, aren't they? And thrive on it. So I just think just shut up, stop saying these things.
Yeah. Nath, what do you think of Antonio signing the new contract, mate?
Look, I reckon I think it's more insurance to the club. It's nice for him to be with us for a bit longer, but I think it probably adds a little bit more value to him if he does want to end up over in the Saudi League in the next year or so. It gives us something that we might get something back for him. So yeah,
right.
Well, I'll tell you what, I completely agree with that, Nath. I think you've got to keep these players on contracts to get money for them.
Yeah.
Simply. So, and going on to contracts, Bowen, please fucking sign that contract. I'll fly over tomorrow and I'll put it in front of your face and just sign it. Because, but what is it that's stopping him from signing it? I think that's the big question. Is it Moisey? Because I know that he said he loves him. If he loves him, he'll sign it.
I think he wants to be top dog on the paycheck list more than anything, and he hasn't got it yet. So
fucking give it to him.
Yeah, I agree with you, 100%.
Like he's the one that's been the performer.
Say again, Dave.
I said, I think Sullivan's a bit of a prick to negotiate with, isn't he? He's going to be pinching every fucking pound. So Bowen's going to go, I'm not going to accept the first offer. I wouldn't be too worried about them sort of dragging it out a little bit. You know, even Moyes is on a 1-year deal, isn't he, at the moment? It's like, Sullivan's just not easy to deal with when it comes to it. He's a tight fucker, isn't he?
I think the thing with Bowen as well, though, he's fucking proved himself, hasn't he? Like it's not just been one decent season. He's done it for three years in a row. And even last season, everything he did, scoring the winner, he was always overshadowed by that prick 41. And I don't know, I think maybe because of that, he's not had the recognition that he deserves. And that probably extends to Sullivan as well. So, you know, if he carries on like he has been doing, scoring goals in the back of his mind. And look, we all want loyalty in football. We all want to think that everybody loves us, nobody wants to leave. And it's fucking bollocks, really. Like, there's very, very few people that... Yeah,
but he's shagging the Vic landlords. Fucking
well, this is the other thing we've got on him, is Danny Dyer. Like, he can't leave us. So he's holding out for top money. He's not angling for it. Because he is part of West Ham now, whether he likes it or not. So, you know, even if the club agreed to sell him, Danny Dyer's not going to let him go. Like we're not going to let him go. We'll fucking chain him up in the basement of the Vic.
We're all good people in that, right?
Fucking Grant and Phil in charge.
Phil, he's behind you.
I think it's a matter of time. It'll happen. It'll just be a matter of time.
There's a question here from Ken Hammers. Good to see you, Ken. Hope you're well, mate. Got to Anfield at the weekend. If we have to rotate tonight so we can get a result at Liverpool... Oh, we have to rotate tonight. We can get a result. Liverpool are defensively weak, but we have to be brave. I think Moyes plays the badge, not the team. Yeah, look, I think that's a very fair comment. And I'm probably guilty of that with my fucking prediction as well, because I've certainly based mine on history and rather than the actual team that we're up against. So,
you've got some history, boy.
So, look, I think we do have to rotate tonight. I think that goes without saying. Give people a chance. You've got to keep the squad fresh. You've got to give players game time. And yeah, look, we can get a result at Liverpool. I'm sure of it. But I'm struggling. Probably based on history. But I think with Moyes, you make a fair point. He does play. He plays based on history and previous games rather than looking at the team and how to exploit them. But I think that's one of Moyes' problems, isn't it?
Can I go against that? So normally I'd agree with that, but against City on the 65th minute, he was trying to bring on Kudus and Benrahma.
Did you notice though? It took fucking 28 minutes for him to come on. So
No,
see, that was Moyes putting on a front.
One sec. No, I disagree with this, right? Because I was watching it, and he had 2 corners to defend, right? So that was the first thing. And Man City did not let that ball go out of fucking play.
Yeah,
it's not his fault. So they were standing there, and I get that, but it wasn't for the lack of trying to get him on.
No.
He was trying to get him on.
I think it was nearly about 8 minutes they were standing on the sidelines for.
Yeah. I was in shock when he brought him on, because I was, and I think everybody took the full 8 minutes to think what's going on here, and the only conclusion that everybody came to was he's fucking going for it, like he's actually making an attacking move here, and it was great. So yeah, fair point, Kingy.
Because I heard a few people say like, it took him 20 minutes to get him on. He couldn't get him on. He had him ready to go, but he couldn't get him on because the corners and then...
Isn't that when Alvarez went down as well during that time?
Yeah,
because they put Souček's name up first to come off, and then Moyes told him to stay there, and he had to readjust.
Yeah, so I'm not blaming him for that game, not at all. Davey, do you want to read this one, mate?
Yeah, sure. Haydos, so that's Sam Hayden, I think. So 2-2 draw. Liverpool's still reasonably solid in attack, but not as strong as previous seasons defensively. Might be there for the taking. Look, I think they could be there for the taking, and I agree with what Kent Hammer said and yourself, Ryan. That I think they are there to be had a go at. The problem is, I think we will sit back, right? And it's something we were saying about playing the badge rather than the team, and I think we will give them too much respect. We will probably sit in and try and hold out, but then that might work as well, right? If we're 1-1 or something in the 60th minute, he might go and chuck on a couple of decent subs and have another go at it again. But yeah, I think that's a fair call, a draw. But yeah,
Nath.
Yeah, so from Frankie Kingston, I said it before, Man City, can we beat Liverpool? Yes. We is another story. If anyone gets up for the game and fires, I back us. Yeah. Like I don't know. I'm confident. I reckon we're going to do it. If we can get up against teams like Brighton the way we did, and that was just such a solid, concentrated performance, and I think their attacking threats are just as good as Liverpool's. I mean, Salah's the prick that fucking annoys me the most, though. Like, because he just fucking dives like there's no tomorrow.
Chucking his toys out the pram a lot, mate, isn't he?
Yeah, but mate, you just got to fucking flick his arsehole and he falls over. So that's the one thing that worries me, is him, just the way he plays. The rest of them, I honestly think we've dealt with equally as good of players. We just got to make it count at the same time. Get them in when we get set pieces.
I'm going to go back with the kids here. I'm going to try and do this one. XD Gamer Boy Youth. Lads don't expect Liverpool to play the same as they did against Wolves in the first half. They didn't start Darwin or Diaz, and McAllister came back from playing 200 metres over the sea level in Bolivia. He can play over the fucking swimming pool of my back garden, but I do not care where he played. But I'm telling you something, right? McAllister is not that fucking good. And that might come back to bite me in the arse, but I don't rate him that highly over our midfield. I don't rate him that highly over our midfield, not at all.
I wouldn't see him getting in our midfield, to be honest.
He looks lightweight, mate.
Yeah.
He looks
he's an all right player, and he had a great fucking. I say a great team. He had a good team around him in the World Cup. But you look at the players that have had decent World Cups in the past that have gone on to be absolute fucking shit. Like,
it all has juice.
Well, yeah, exactly. I know. Great.
His name's on the tip of my tongue. We fucking signed him. We played up front on the left. We signed him about 8 years ago. Valencia. Enna Valencia.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going back about 40 years.
I liked Enna Valencia. I liked him anyway.
I didn't mind him, but I reckon he had a better World Cup than he had fucking 4 seasons with us.
Yeah,
but he did get played. Go on then, Dave. This one, mate.
It's one from Frank Kingston. It's Antonio's way of firing himself up, though. If it was Haaland saying it, everyone would be saying how confident he is. Yeah, but Haaland's going to back it up with a hat trick, isn't he, mate?
Yeah, but Haaland.
9 shots in one.
Haaland didn't play for fucking Tooting and Mitcham in fucking 2016, did he?
Haaland's got a fucking right to be confident. And no, look, I want Antonio to be confident. Go and get a hat trick, boy. Go and do it.
Yeah.
XD Gamer Boy Ute. Also, it's at Anfield. Yeah, it could be a. Yeah. Look, I get that. I understand that. But football's played on a fucking bit of grass. And I'll tell you what, West Ham at the moment, we're beating many teams on a bit of grass. So I'm quite confident on this one. I am.
He does have some good points about like who started and how shit they were in the first half against Wolves. But I don't know. I just reckon that we're better. We're better than Wolves, and if Liverpool give us the opportunities they gave Wolves, we're going to fucking put them away.
Yeah, I agree. Matty?
When you say confident, Ryan, you're confident of a win or you're confident of a draw? Because we've had one win there in, 60-something years.
Well,
fucking good day, wasn't it?
Well, we're going out, so I'm saying we're going to fucking win. I don't want to go out and fucking lose, do I? Do you know what I mean?
Well, if we don't get beat, I'll be very, very fucking happy.
Yeah. I got a feeling about it, but yeah.
And we're going to be in a pub as well. I've looked at this, right? I forgot about it.
We're up for your birthday, aren't we? You're fucking milking this birthday, king, eh?
Mate, my missus said this today. She was like, what it is with me, my mates are my family. So you lot, I want to spend my birthday with my family, and I've had a long couple of weeks at work. I want to spend it watching West Ham with my boys, and hopefully we get a win at Anfield.
Well, for context, anyone outside of Australia, it's a really good kickoff time for us. It's 11 p.m. on a Sunday night, which is about as good as it gets at the moment with the European.
Because
I'm off on Monday, so I've made everyone take Monday off.
I'm pretty happy with our Europa League, John. 5 a.m. Friday mornings is not a bad time to wake up and then have a win and enjoy your Friday.
Frank Kingston, I'll say this about Antonio. How many strikers have we bought? ? Every time we turn back to him. But is that Moyes? Is that Moyes though?
I don't think anybody questions Antonio. Everyone loves him. He's been fucking brilliant. He's he's our leading scorer. He's been there. He puts his arse on the line and he runs his bollocks off every game. Is he a striker that you want to be going back to all the time? Probably not. I'd love it if somebody came in that was better than Antonio, so that Antonio could play probably half the games that he does. Because you look at his physicality and the size of him, he's only on point half the games that he plays. The other half, he's fucked.
Yeah, but he's as delicate as a fucking Man United winger when he's got the ball in his feet.
So the question to me is not that Antonio is the answer. It's that we haven't been able to get the players that have come in. You look at Haller, Skamaka, nobody's come in and actually either fitted the system or played the way that Moyes wants. And that, to me, is the problem. That Moyes only wants that guy that does the Antonio role, and it's only Antonio that does it.
I reckon the closest to him is Mabama. We just need to give him time, and he will play the same role and better, because he can fucking come forward and include people into play. He doesn't have the fucking touch of a rapist when he tries to drop in and combine with the midfield.
I think we send him off to Tooting and Mitcham for a little pre-season.
Some career development.
Yeah, loan deal, and get him some jerk chicken down at that club, because apparently it looks fucking brilliant. So get him down there, Tooting and Mitcham. He'll be coming back looking like Antonio for me. Alison Street. I don't think I've seen Alison comment before, so thank you very much, my love. Fornals needs to play. He always scores against Liverpool. We take the lead, but end up losing. Let's hope Moyes has learned from his previous mistakes, like he did against Brighton.
It's a good point, actually. No, Fornals does score up there a lot, doesn't he? Yeah. Where would he accommodate him though? I don't know. He'd have to play. He'd have to start tomorrow and play bloody well to get in the game on Sunday, wouldn't he?
I think he's very capable of doing that, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't recall his last bad shift, to be honest.
No.
I'm still on a high for that semi-final goal, mate.
Wow, that was sexy.
Well, I've watched that goal back recently. What a fucking goal that was.
I know.
I think I obviously appreciated it at the time, but more for the fact he'd scored. But it was a fucking great goal.
I think I thought at the time, right, that it was like it was pretty much done as soon as he got the ball. But it was pretty much done. But he still actually had a lot to do, and he really did really well. Right, he took that ball so under his control, drifted it through, and just fucking put it away. It was excellent.
From the halfway line too.
Yeah, it was. It was.
It's a great move.
Rani Bubble. I think he was going for it, but then Alvarez had to go off. Yeah, we covered that.
Yeah.
Definitely, mate. I agree with that. Frank Kingston, Moyes' top 6 curse.
What do you mean?
What? I wonder what he means by. He means not beating teams in the top 6.
Yeah.
But Liverpool the top 6 team these days.
Yeah.
But they're going all right. They're going all right. I would argue, though, that I reckon this is the best team that Moyes has had to go at those top 6. And if you look at the way we played against Man City, and Dave and I spoke about it on Monday night, I think he's more confident now of the forward players that he can put in his midfield to do the job, carry the ball forward, and then do some damage. But he still just wants to play his style, which is that low block and get in on the counter.
Matty, do you want to answer your?
Yeah,
mate?
I'll take this comment from my brother Jimmy. He says he'd be over the moon with a draw and overall points all after the start. We've had a decent run of fixtures once we get Liverpool out of the way. Look, I really agree with that, and I think coming into these 2 games against City and Liverpool, we always knew it was going to be hard. I'd have snatched your hand off for 2 points from the 2 games. Unless we get a win at Anfield, that's not going to happen. And even if we don't win, we've got a decent run afterwards, and we can get back on track. It's not like we lose these 2 games and we necessarily lose momentum. Rightly or wrongly, they're probably games that we would be expected to lose or at least come close to losing anyway. So, yeah, I said before I'd snatch your hand off for a draw. I think if we got that, I'd be well happy. But even if we don't, I think we're well set for kicking on afterwards anyway.
Agree, mate. Dave?
Frank Kingston again. McAllister has gone from a system that suits him to one that hasn't, and he's been a bit exposed. Yeah,
Agree, Frank. Frankie boy, you're with me, boy. Yes, brother. Love that.
But he's a bin dipping granny stabber, so we don't need to talk about him, do we?
He's an Argentinian.
Fuck you now. Yeah, I'm not answering it again. Fucking hell. Trying to hog the limelight.
Next. Any stories you got, Jimmy, from back in the day with Matty? Would be absolutely appreciative of them.
I'm sure there's a few we could dig up.
Maybe just some bullet points, and you can read them out and then elaborate.
I fell down a manhole in Bucharest once.
I've got a great lawyer.
Honestly, just going off topic a little bit. Fell down a manhole, got rescued by a policeman with a Kalashnikov rifle, who took me back to the hotel I was staying in, woke the hotel manager up, and stayed on the piss with us till 6 o'clock in the morning. I've got photos, or my mum and dad have got photos of me wearing his hat, holding his Kalashnikov, doing shots at the hotel bar. And I'm soaked from the waist down in fucking sewage.
Kalashnikov a euphemism, mate.
Kid you not, mate. Kid you not.
Oh, that's fucking cold.
Anyway, next question.
Ken,
I'll read it out from Kent Hammers. Alvarez is absolutely crucial to our continued success at West Ham. If he gets injured for any time, the glue will be gone and the team will show. In the team show on Saturday, I hope we can get another midfielder to cover.
fucking good luck.
It's a good point though. It is a good point.
Yeah, but what I'm
Because
saying is these ain't easy players to come by. So to get cover, what sort of player are we looking at? You know, like you're looking at a lot of money, and you're looking at trying to take one of someone else's best players, and that ain't going to be cheap.
No,
I've got a good mate who's an Ajax fan, and I asked him about Kudus.
I thought you was going to say I've got a good mate who plays CDM.
And he said Kudus is brilliant. He said Alvarez is nothing to get excited about. He said he's pretty average, and I would say I've never seen a player come into a West Ham team straight away and just look completely at home and look like they're influencing the game and in control of the game as much as he has. And I get it's only been four and a bit games, but he does. I'd say he is crucial. You know, and bringing someone else in, whether it's Souček coming in and playing there. Like Souček isn't going to do the job that Alvarez does. So no, that's a fair comment.
Yeah, I tend to agree. And I think is he cursed a little bit, especially like you look at the way that Ajax play. Like, you know, a good centre defensive midfielder, if they're doing their job, they go unnoticed, right? So you're focused on, like, you're always like a deer in the headlights watching people like Kudus play and just tear it up and score goals. Can you miss what defense, like, you know, so what attacking play that he actually breaks up in the meantime?
Ronnie Bubble, our striker problems go way back before Moyes. Yeah, totally agree.
Fair.
Our striker problems go back before fucking my time.
1964.
Do you remember when David Speedy played for us? Fuck me.
No.
Yes.
Haydos, as fuck me. Maligned as Antonio. Fucking hell, can we just be normal? As maligned as Antonio can be at times, he's at least a bloke that's got the absolute maximum out of his career compared to more. Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, like, for someone who's come from Tooting and Mitcham and worked his way up through the ranks, yes, he's done fucking very good. But my God, be grateful to be there too, because you're still not fantastic in the realm that you're in. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's done well for us. He scored a lot of goals. But my God, don't be going on podcasts making out that you're something completely different to what you are. That's my take on that. Agreed or not?
Yeah,
I agree. You know, the goals thing, you kind of half put it down to longevity, but at the same time, everyone likes him. But
I love him.
You're right. He should be aware of what he is, and
lucky.
Look, this is going to come out probably the wrong way, but he's not a fucking footballer, is he? Like, he's a guy that plays football, and
he's a Sunday league player who's fucking better than most.
But he's not a footballer. Like, he's done well, and I love him. But he shouldn't be getting like this. But
agree. Yeah. Like, yes, we're very happy to have him, and he's done fantastic for our club, and he's top goal scorer in the Premier League for our football team. But my God, he misses some fucking chances at being a striker.
But the thing is, though, like, do you actually think? I don't know if he's actually changed all that much. Like, if you go back in time and look at his goal celebrations, right? Every single one of them, there's this fucking story behind it, right? Like, he's always been this way. Now some fucking idiot's just giving him a microphone and he's got more fucking airtime. That's all it is, I reckon. I think he's always been that funny guy with a bit of lip. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't going to read that in, but, you know, it seems you said it.
But at the end of the day, as I've always said, like, yes, this channel isn't. We're not here to bag everyone out, but it's just what we say, what we think, and we say. It's not to be. We're not trying to do any agendas or anything like that. It's just literally we say what we think, and that is what I think. And I'm sure Matty, you're the same there. It was like, yes, we love him, he's great, but my fucking God, you are lucky to be in that position. And and your strike partner on that day at Tooting and Mitcham was shitter than you. That's why you've been picked up. You know what I mean? And thank God that he has, because he's done so well for us.
So is this the announcement where we tell everyone we're changing the name of the podcast to the Four Antonios?
Fuck no.
Just lucky to be here.
Yeah, they gave me some jerk chicken, Jimmy Nolan. I like this one actually. Send Mwamba. Oh, for fuck's sake! Send Mabama to Brisbane Roar. We need a striker. You lot need more than that, mate. I'm telling you that.
Mate, we just signed Bernie Abini today, apparently.
That sounds like a cartoon character.
There he is.
Jesus. Chris Coy, I was nervous as fuck in that semi till he scored. Went nuts at the pig and whistle. This is the Fornals goal, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I think everyone went fucking nuts, didn't they? I think it was more a release than anything. I remember I thought we were there anyway. But you never quite knew what was going to happen, and when you saw him going through and slotting that ball home, it was just a massive fucking release. Probably more so than the Bowen goal in the final, which was just pure fucking euphoria. The one in the semi was a lot more, I don't know, satisfying and a release of emotion. The fucking winner in the final was just nuts. Fucking nuts.
The winner was unreal. Still dining out on that.
Compared to that ever.
Yeah.
No such thing as a top six curse, just a manager being afraid to throw punches and have a go. Yeah, no, I think he gives the top six too much respect. It's not a curse, I agree. It's just, that's the way he is, and that's the way he's always going to set out, I think, with going away from home, the likes of Anfield.
Tony Oliver, got to say, with Paqueta in the team, we can beat any team in the Sox. In the top six, he's different class.
I'd probably disagree with that. I think one player doesn't make a team, and I'm sure that's not what you were implying, Tony. But I think Paqueta can have the best day of his fucking life if our other players aren't on it. If we've got people up front that aren't putting the ball in the net, I think it's a very different story. And I think the beauty of this team so far this season is that all those responsibilities are spread out. Yes, Pakatari is fucking magnificent, but he's got players around him that are doing it as well. I just
want to say something on what you lot didn't pick up on the pub show. That fucker, as much as I love him, the dirty, sexy defender footballer that he is, why is he going to hug the fucking opposition manager in front of the whole fucking world?
We definitely covered it in the pub show, mate.
It was late in the show, mate. Yeah, maybe you turned us off.
Someone was smart enough to pre-position the question to him.
No, we saved it. We saved it for that. But at the end of the day, I thought it was a good topic to talk about. And
it was out of order. You don't need to do it.
I did watch the show at 4 a.m, so I do apologise. But yeah, I do think you covered it. But I tell you what, I would have, if I was on that show, I would have been fucking fuming, because I was fuming when I saw him do it. I was like, did you all look at Pep's face to see what he was going to say to someone after they hugged? I was like, what's he going to fucking say? I was like, fucking angry. He's angry.
He done it before and after the game, didn't he?
Oh,
before, and he done it at the end as well.
Yeah, before and after.
Just, it's naive.
Dumb. You've got all them opportunities to do it. Don't do it in front of everyone.
That's what I said in the show. Yeah, I said go and do it in the fucking tunnel or out the bloody dressing room.
You don't hug your girlfriend. You don't hug your ex-girlfriend at your fucking wedding, do you? You know what I mean?
Well, that would be more a case of hugging your future girlfriend at your wedding, wouldn't it?
Ex-girlfriend at your wedding?
No.
Oh, Billy's land.
No, Pet. Yeah.
Yeah.
See what you're saying?
I know I'm married now, but
You know.
I've always had eyes for you.
A question from Alison Street. Due to the stadium only just over half full tonight, do you think we'll see a flat performance tonight, or will the boys want to shine regardless? I don't think it'll be flat at all. I think some of those European games where you're talking about half full, there's still going to be 30, 40,000 people in there. It's a fucking big crowd, and I don't think it'll be flat at all. It's our first European game after the last one, and we all know what happened there. It's the first European game of the season. We're in great form. We've got loads of exciting players. We don't know who's going to start. I think it'll be good, and we should get a few goals and get a win. So I don't think it'll be flat at all.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to start wrapping up soon, I reckon. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
We'll do these ones through. Hados, back on the Europa League, out of Freiburg and Olympiacos. Who do you think will be our biggest threat in our group?
Freiburg for me.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You like them, didn't you, Dave?
I'm concerned about them. Yeah, for sure. I'm actually going to be going to that home game against Freiburg, the last game in the group stage. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think that'll be a fun.
You can go get some autographs from them or something, you know.
No.
All over that flag. Yeah.
Here we go. David, 40,000 for a Thursday night against a Serbian side is a great effort, considering the ticket prices are not cheap. David, how much are the tickets, mate? Just let us know. But yeah, I saw that. I'm pretty impressed, but I still think kids for a quid, mate. Bring that back.
Yeah.
Bring that back.
Well, they still do it for the cup games, don't they?
Obviously not.
No, for the League Cup and the FA Cup.
Yeah, but they should be doing it for that if they're only selling 40,000. Yeah.
For sure.
Where's
Rani Bubble? The positive of this transfer window is we now have Alvarez and JWP, who both look like they've been here years, not 5 minutes. Yeah, they've all just hit the ground running, haven't they? It's great.
Yeah.
Okay. No, Antonio's not a right back. Move on.
no?
It's just off the top of Antonio there. I think so. The last player to get 20 top flight goals for the West Ham was Tony Cotty almost 35 years ago. It's a fair comment.
But to be honest,
it's a fair comment. I don't think anyone's sort of talking much about it. So say again, Dave. You go.
I was saying not many teams have a 20 goal a season striker though, and you look from the outside the top six, who's got a 20 goal a year striker? It just doesn't happen.
Football's changed. Football's changed. It's not just all about the striker anymore. It's about their top three, isn't it? So
yeah, I think you're right.
What Antonio is a European champion from Chris? Yeah, you're right, mate. As I said, like fucking fair play to him. He as I said, he's not. I don't hate him. I like him. I'm sure the boys agree with me on this one. It's just he's had a very tough route through, and he's probably been lucky along the way. As most players would admit, that they've been lucky to get scouted or they've worked hard. Don't get me wrong, but is he the most talented striker in the world? No, definitely not.
I think I don't reckon any of us have sat here and really talked about much of his footballing capability. There's not much there to talk about, but in the same regard, it's everything that he does off the pitch that you sit there and say, mate, come on, just focus on your football. That would be better.
100%. Go on, you like this man, though. If you like this guy, come on.
Oh, Finny. Liverpool 4-4 away at West Ham this weekend.
Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
That'd be a fucking big game, wouldn't it?
It'd be better.
I don't know. I think we're going to get a result. I honestly think we're going to get a result. I'd be happy with a draw. I think we might even sneak a win. 4-4, fucking hell. That'd be a big night. That would be a big night.
Chris, why are you inviting your ex to your wedding? You never know if it's going to go wrong, Chris.
That's right. She might look good in photos too, right?
Kent Hammers, £50 tonight for the ticket. Fucking hell, that's steep, isn't it? Yeah, you'd think that there would be some kind of fucking concession, but it doesn't surprise me.
I should go to the next one, Kingy. Dave, one for you, mate.
Okay, Freiburg are not looking good. Sorry, David. Freiburg are not looking good in the Bundesliga. Lost their last 2 games. Have got thumped 5-0. Okay, I hadn't seen their last couple of results. They had started really well in the first year. I think first couple they were up there with a couple of wins. So good. They, if they lose or draw tomorrow, then that's great, isn't it?
Did anyone see? Oh nah, let's let go in. Oh nah, let's let go in.
Brilliant.
He is so fucking shit, that bloke, isn't he? Good pass rate completion, but that's about it. He's slaphead in disguise.
The guy, he's still on a free transfer, isn't he? I think they better fucking get him in.
Oh my god, he's got fucking so many hours in him, hasn't he?
He's awful.
Yeah,
awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, lads, I think that's been a good show. What do you reckon? Do you reckon we start wrapping up?
Good stuff.
Yeah, enjoyed it.
I reckon so. We've got to be up in fucking a few hours to watch the game anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're going to jump on in the morning? Are we going to go live in the morning straight after the game for a quick 20-minute natter?
Look, I will if I can. Depends on whether if one of the kids is asleep, I'll chance it. If they're both awake, then fuck, it's probably not worth it for me. But
you might have some special guests, eh?
Well, I'll jump on with you, Ryan, if you can.
Yeah, I'm on.
Yeah, I'll be on. I reckon it'll be great.
You can talk about our 6 goals.
Well, I think on Monday night we'll have all of us here, won't we?
Yeah.
For the pub show, I think so.
For the first time ever, we will have all 4 of us on the pub show. So get the bigger tables out, and
we're gonna need one.
Yeah, gonna need a bigger boat.
You'll be dying though. You'll be absolutely fucking hanging on Monday.
I will be. Yeah, it's going to be a big day and big night. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. I'm glad that we've managed to get on. Glad to be back. And boys, always a pleasure. Yes, we're looking forward to a big game tomorrow morning, which we will win by about 4-0. And then we've got the Scousers on Sunday night, 11 o'clock. If anyone's in Brisbane at that time, we will be at the Pig and Whistle, 11 o'clock. Well, from about 9 o'clock. What do you reckon, lads?
Yeah, 8 or 9, maybe.
So 9 o'clock from the Pig and Whistle in Brisbane. We will be out watching the West Ham play the Scousers. And yes, thank you very much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe and go onto our Spotify channel and our YouTube channel. As always, many comments. We all love you. And one thing left to say.
Come on, you irons.
Go on, you irons.
Go on, you irons.
Cheers, boys.
Thank you.
Cheers.